Hey guys, welcome back to a new video. Today I wanted to talk to you about probably 3 areas you still might have missed as a player in Fish, which are actually 3 important areas which we will cover. In this video we will go through Vertigo, then we have the Desolate Deep, which can also lead towards the Brine Pool, and then we will also talk about the Ancient Archives. So settle yourself down, we are going on an adventure because we will be showing you how to get to these 3 locations which might still be important and affecting your fish journey. So let's go! Now first off, have you ever wondered what this text can mean? A strange whirlpool has opened. You might have seen it come by on top of your screen from time to time and thought, what does this actually mean? Well, if you have ever tried and go onto the ocean and actually try to look around at Moosewood, in front of Forsaken Shores, and next to Desolate Bay, and also sometimes around the Statue of Sovereignty, you might sometimes see this whirlpool. Now, sometimes you might think, should I jump into a whirlpool? But actually this time, with this beam coming out of the whirlpool, you probably should try. Because once you do, you end up at Vertigo. Now, Vertigo is one of the locations where you can fish some new fish, but also you can end up at the depths location. Now, your only key to getting to this location is finding the depths key in the waters of Vertigo and also completing your bestiary of Vertigo. Now, a very important mark for this is that one of the fishes for the Vertigo bestiary can only be caught at the strange whirlpool itself. So before you head into that whirlpool, you might think twice and first try to fish for the Isonade. Now looking here, you can see that the Isonade is a mythical fish and it can only be caught at strange whirlpools. So before you jump in, first catch this fish so you unlock the Vertigo bestiary, and also make sure you bring some crab cages because one of the fishes there requires you to use a crab cage. Now once you complete this entire bestiary for Vertigo, you can enter with the key that you got through this vault and head towards the depths. Now I would like to leave the depths still a secret to you to unfold and see what it offers to you. However, this is one of the ways to get to a new location you probably might not have thought about. Now the next location we will talk about is the Desolate Deep. Now you've also probably never heard of this location because it is actually quite hidden. If you've never went for advanced diving gear, never heard of the diving gear, then you've probably never located this location at all. You can find the Desolate Deep actually behind Sunstone Island. Now, if you continue going behind Sunstone Island and search for the coordinates, the X on -791, Y 142, and Z -3102.8, you will actually find a buoy. Now in this buoy, you can actually get the advanced diving gear. You'll need this because you want to avoid drowning, because you're gonna jump off your ship and head downwards towards the Desolate Deep. Now it would be highly advised when you're heading down towards the Desolate Deep to turn on your higher brightness setting in the menu options, because it might be quite dark in that location and it will be better and brighter for you if you turn on this setting. You can also try doing this during the day, which also offers a bit more light in the Desolate Deep. Now you're gonna end up at a crossroads. You'll see this sign and you can either go left or right. Now we will go to the right side first because that's mostly the recommended way to go. Now you want to definitely avoid these mines because once you hit any of these naval mines, you will instantly die. So be sure to avoid these and you can head your way through these naval mines and end up at a very odd pocket, which is actually called the Desolate Pocket. Now at this Desolate Pocket, there are merchants. There is a NPC holding a lantern, which you want to swim towards and actually end up at. Now you can buy a glider here at the merchant. You can buy a tidebreaker, which makes it easier for you to move through water. And actually, we're not done here because we still had the Brine Pool location. Now, the Brine Pool location, you can actually easily enter. If you got a glider, it's even easier if you got the advanced glider from the Northern Expedition. You can head up these rocks through this slope, and once you're on top of this slope, you can actually fully glide off this and head towards that zipline post and see a small location, or moreover actually a small cave. Now if you head through this small cave, you actually see some green stuff and you're gonna end up at the Brine Pool, which is actually also a new location where you can fish at. However, not with your standard rod, because once you try and fish with your standard rod, even your Heaven's rod, it doesn't work. Because the Brine Pool is actually full of acids, and even if you try and jump into this pool, you will instantly die. So you will need a reinforced rod. Now the reinforced rod can only be obtained also at the Desolate Deep. However, you will need to swim to the left side. So you will probably have to head back if you went to the right side first. So you will probably have to head back if you want to fish at the Brine Pool and collect your reinforced rod from the other location. So let's head back and show you what it looks like. So at this crossroad, we are going to the left side now. We're going to these very small crevices. And it actually didn't take that long, but now we ended up at a sort of more peaceful location. There is a merchant here. You can buy flippers, super flippers, a crab cage, and the reinforced rod, which you will need to fish at the Brine Pool, and some advanced diving gear if you still had your basic diving gear on. Also, do not forget, because you're now here and we just swam out from some water, you can also fish here for your Desolate Deep bestiary if you haven't done so yet. Now that's everything about the Desolate Deep and the Brine Pool, but we're still missing one more location, which is actually pretty important and also really needed for your rod progression throughout the game. We're gonna talk about the Ancient Archives. Now, to get access to the Ancient Archives, we first have to actually go to the Ancient Isle. Now, at the Ancient Isle, you've seen this waterfall plenty of times, but this is also the first location we will stop at, because to open up the Ancient Archives, you will need 4 different fragments. They're scattered around the island, but the first easy one to find is the deep sea fragment. Now you've probably already obtained your diving gear and you can easily swim down here at the waterfall and collect your first fragment here, the deep sea fragment. Now there's actually also another fragment you can obtain actually right here, but this time not through swimming, but through fishing. Now in the bestiary I can already show you that at the Ancient Isle there are actually multiple fragments, but the fragment we can fish up here is called the Ancient Fragment. It kind of has its own rarity, but you can still easily get this. So try and fish here for a bit and you'll end up getting your Ancient Fragment here. That means we have 2 out of our 4 fragments which we need. And we're actually gonna head up the Ancient Isle here because we want to get to the top. Now that we're here at the top, you actually can have the solar fragment appear here. However, you need it to be an eclipse. And you can only have an eclipse happen every 7 days. Now you can make this process way easier if you've gotten some sundial totems. You can spam them and make it like have gone by 7 days. Then you can grab here your solar fragment and now you have your 3 out of 4 fragments. However, we're still missing one. So let's go find it. Now, the last fragment we are missing is the Earth Fragment. Now, the Earth Fragment is actually quite nearby where you found your solar fragment. So the Earth Fragment is quite nearby. It's hidden in a cave behind some leaves. So I'm gonna jump off here, use my glider. And actually, if we look right down here, you can see those little leaves. Now, that's actually the hidden entrance to the cave of the Earth Fragment. We're gonna head in here. And there you can already see it. Our 4 fragments laying right here. The Earth Fragment. Now you can also buy a Phoenix Rod here and an Eclipse Totem. However, we just want this Earth Fragment. We're gonna collect it. And because it was bugged before, we didn't have it in the bestiary, but we do now. And we're gonna actually head back now towards the waterfall. Now, this is going to be really important. You actually need 4 people with each of their own one of the fragments. So we're letting you collect 4 of the fragments. So if you have 4 friends who've never done it before, but you still want to open this like secret location, then make sure you give each of your friends 1 fragment, and you're going to head towards right here behind the waterfall. Now behind here, you can actually go down with this little rope that is attached to a pole. And we're going to end up at the Ancient Archives location. Now I've already opened this location up because I already did this with some people on live on stream. But you actually need 4 stones here. Now you can all input them here into each totem, and each of the people need to then stand on their little pressure pads, rotate their totems around to themselves, and then have an eclipse happen, because only then, if all 4 pressure plates are in and each one has their own stone, like own fragment in their totem, the door will open towards the Ancient Archives. Now once you head in here, you might have to watch out a little, but it's not too bad. You can just climb back up again if you accidentally fall here. But you want to go towards the end here, because this location might be one of the most important ones. But you see an anvil here. You can walk up to this anvil and you can hold E, craft a rod. And this is also pretty important, because this is one of the ways to get the Forgotten Fang, Rod of the Internal King, and actually all of these other rods that appear in the crafting menu. And it's so important because this is also where sometimes most of the limited rods can appear that you can only craft during a certain time. So that's why it's important to also unlock this location if you haven't done so yet. Now these are all the 3 different locations that you probably might not have known about, but do hopefully now, and can check out and see for yourself some new things open up, some new possibilities, some things that can help you on your new fishing journey. Now, if you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe, and leave down in the comments for what you want to see next. We've also opened up a Discord server, so if you haven't done so yet, please come by, join the Discord server. We've just recently launched it, and we would love to have you. And I will see you in the next live stream, in a new video. But whatever happens, I'll see you next time. Goodbye.